Jesus gave his disciples an unmistakable composite sign of the last days. Now, that sign prepares us to expect, among other things, an increase in disasters that can affect anyone. Now, when disaster strikes, we're eager to help because of our love for our brothers and sisters and our neighbors. But disaster relief is also an important part of our sacred service to God. The Apostle Paul wrote under inspiration, as recorded at 2 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 4, about a relief ministry for the holy ones. And at Acts chapter 11, we read that Paul himself was selected to deliver famine relief to fellow worshipers in Jerusalem. In 2 Corinthians chapter 9, Paul went on to describe 3 benefits of the relief ministry that were true in the first century and are still very true today. First, our relief work moves people to glorify God. Second, it alleviates suffering and fills immediate needs. And finally, it enables fellow witnesses to get back to their spiritual routine. Today, the Coordinators Committee of the governing body responds to disasters, persecution, and other emergencies affecting our brotherhood anywhere in the world. The Coordinators Committee prayerfully considers reports from branch offices near the affected area, and they direct disaster relief committees to make the best use of funds donated to the worldwide work. On January 12, 2010, a catastrophic earthquake struck Haiti. Now, disaster relief was quickly organized. You may recall the heartbreaking news that 154 of our brothers and sisters died, and that many more were injured. But there were also encouraging reports of their strong faith and appreciation for the love of our worldwide brotherhood. Now, nearly 6 years later, what have been the long-term benefits of our ongoing relief ministry for these dear brothers and sisters?
During the earthquake, I lost my only daughter that I loved very much, and I lost my mother. It was hard, but I could go through this because Jehovah has always been there, and my brothers and sisters have always been there.
After the earthquake, I was buried under the rubble for 8 hours.
It was brothers from Bethel, trained specialists, who traveled here to operate on Marla. It was not one person from my church that came to see how I was doing, but I noticed that there were up to 20 to 25 at a time that came to see Marla.
We weren't able to go anywhere, so the brothers came to us and gave public talks on Sunday.
After the earthquake, the business I had in our 2-story house was completely destroyed. We lost everything. We ended up in Kanawha, a camp for displaced persons. When we arrived here, the organization arranged for us to have a shelter for us to care for our needs. Because we have this shelter, our spirituality has been fortified, and we have the strength to continue serving Jehovah. The family is spiritually strong. The shelter is still in very good shape, and we have what we need to continue helping others in the territory.
While in service, a woman called saying, Jehovah's Witnesses, come over here. I need to speak to you. Religious people are saying that God killed my child in the earthquake. What do you say about that? We used Genesis 18:25 to prove that God is not unrighteous. She replied, wow, those people are lying, but you have shown me the truth.
1 year later, we had a special campaign with the When Someone You Love Dies brochure. When we left the brochure with people and showed them the resurrection hope, I noticed that some would cry, but it wasn't because they were still grieving for their dead loved ones. Instead, it was because they saw the hope of seeing their loved ones again, that they were not lost forever.
My goal that I have before, and it was the goal of my daughter also, is to go somewhere and preach where they need more Jehovah's Witnesses. After the earthquake, I said, this is the time And this is where I am now. I've been here for 4 years. I got good Bible studies, and I got people who got baptized. One of the biggest blessings is my sister that I love very much. When she saw the way Jehovah helped me going through this, she decided to study the Bible, and I got the privilege to study it with her, and now she's baptized.
Soon after leaving the hospital, I was in service again and regular pioneering. Pioneering keeps me active, and I'm busy helping my Bible students. Some of them have come into the truth. So I don't have time to sit and feel sorry for myself because of my situation, even though it's not so easy. Pioneering helps me to be strong and stay on track. I'm so happy that my mom was drawn to the truth because of the brothers' love. Today, we're serving Jehovah together.
I was impressed by how much love the brothers showed. Today, I'm happy to be serving Jehovah.
Many said, "These are truly God's people." It is just as the Bible says. They see your fine works and give glory to Jehovah.
My daughter believed in resurrection. I remember she was 8 years old and she said, "Mommy, I don't want to die. But if I die, I'm sure Jehovah will resurrect me." And I'm waiting for that moment. Jehovah keep blessing me. And one of the blessings, I got a letter for the school for Kingdom Evangelizers. It is like Jehovah is telling me, I want you to continue. And I will.